Good morning, friends. Welcome back to the online classes. We were going through the first chapter of Footprint Without Feet, a triumph of surgery. Until now, we have seen how Mrs. Pamphre's dog Tricky was suffering with illness, and because of overeating, overfeeding, he was put up weight and could not move around. Dr. Heriot had taken him to his clinic, hospitalized him, and started taking care of the dog. And Tricky also slowly and slowly started improving in his health. First 2 days, Heriot did not give him anything except water. Later on, he started feeding him slowly and slowly, and that also only 3 meals. Mrs. Pamphre was worried, and she used to always ring up and ask about the health of Tricky. And when he said that he is improving and he is in need of strength, so she started sending a dozen eggs every day. Then she sent wine, and finally we have got brandy. So till there we had gone through the chapter. Now the last part of the chapter I'll go through. I'll read the chapter and then explain everything to you. So please listen carefully. We could hardly believe it when the brandy came to put a final edge on Tricky's constitution. For a few nights, the fine spirit was rolled around, inhaled, and reverently drunk. They were days of deep content, starting well with the extra egg in the morning, improved and sustained by the midday wine, and finishing luxuriously round the fire with the brandy. It was a temptation to keep Tricky on as a permanent guest, but I knew Mrs. Pamphre was suffering, and after a fortnight felt compelled to phone and tell her that the little dog had recovered and was awaiting collection. We could not believe, that is, Dr. Heriot could not believe when the brandy came. He was totally amazed that how much Mrs. Pamphre was taking care of her dog Tricky. She was giving so many extra things to Tricky, and that's the reason that he put up weight. But he was not giving all those things to Tricky. Instead, he and his partners in the clinic were enjoying it. It was a kind of a luxurious life for them. Mr. Heriot, in the morning, they used to have the egg, extra egg. Then in the afternoon meal, they used to have wine. And finally in the night, in front of the fire, they used to sit around and have the brandy. For him, it was a kind of a temptation. He wanted to keep Tricky for a little longer because he was getting such a wonderful treatment. No, the Mrs. Pamphre was sending all these things for Tricky, but she was not knowing that all these things were consumed by Dr. Heriot and his partner, and they were also enjoying it. So he had a little temptation to keep Tricky for a little longer, as a permanent guest. But he knew that Mrs. Pamphre maybe is suffering very badly without her dog. So he finally decided, I should not keep the dog. I should tell her to come and collect, as he has got strength and he is good. He can move around. So better you come collect. So he just rang up to Mrs. Pamphre and said that your little dog has recovered and you can come and collect the dog. Within minutes, about 30 feet of gleaming black metal drew up outside the surgery. The chauffeur opened the door, and I could just make out the figure of Mrs. Pamphre, almost lost in the interior. Her hands were tightly clasped in front of her. Her lips trembled. "Oh, Mr. Heriot, Do tell me the truth. Is he really better? Yes, he is fine. There is no need for you to get out of the car. I'll go and fetch him. So within no time, when he called him previous night, the following day morning, within half an hour, she was there in a beautiful car, the black car. She reached there. The driver opened the door and she was just sitting there, little frightened, little worried whether the doctor is playing fool of her. So in that worry, in that confusion, she just asked Mr. Harriet, to tell the truth, whether he's really better or not. And he said, come on, Mrs. Pamphret, don't worry. I'm telling the truth. He is fine. You can get him. You can take him to your house. And you need not to come out of the car. I'll just go and get the Tricky for you. So you better sit there. And Dr. Harriet goes back to bring Tricky for Mrs. Pamphret. I walked through the house into the garden. A mass of dogs was hurtling round and round the lawn, and in their midst, ears flapping, tail waving, was the little golden figure of Tricky. In 2 weeks, he had been transformed into a little hard-muscled animal. He was keeping up well with the pack, stretching out in great bounds, his chest almost brushing the ground. I carried him back along the passage to the front of the house. The chauffeur was still holding the car door open, and when Tricky saw his mistress, he took off from my arms in a tremendous leap and sailed into Mrs. Pamphret's lap. She gave a startled "Oh!" and then had to defend herself as he swam over her, licking her face and barking. Now Dr. Harriet went back to his house and into the garden, and there he could see all the dogs were around Tricky. They were playing with Tricky, and Tricky also, between them, he also was playing, wagging his tail, flapping his ears, and running about. Within 2 weeks, he was transformed from a very huge, bulgy little dog to a very beautiful, sweet little Tricky. He just took him into his arms and carried towards the car. As soon as he reached there, Tricky saw his mistress, Mrs. Pamphret, and he just jumped from Dr. Harriet's arms and sailed to Mrs. Pamphret's lap. And the moment he reached there, he started licking Mrs. Pamphret, almost pushing her down onto the seat. And she also struggled a little bit to keep him away from her face. During the excitement, I helped the chauffeur to bring out the beds, toys, cushions, coats, and bowls, none of which had been used. As the car moved away, Mrs. Pamphret leaned out of the window. Tears shone in her eyes. Her lips trembled. "Oh, Mr. Harriet," she cried, "how can I ever thank you? This is a triumph of surgery." When Mrs. Pamphret was playing with Tricky, that time Dr. Harriet called the chauffeur, took him to his house so that he could carry whatever Mrs. Pamphret had sent for her dog Tricky, the beds, toys, cushions, coats, and bowls, everything. And Dr. Harriet did not use a single one because he didn't want to give him all those comfort again. So he did not use all those things, and he just gave them back. And when the car was moving, Mrs. Pamphret just looked out of the window. Tears were rolling out, and she just said to Mrs. Harriet, "Mr. Harriet, thank you, dear doctor. This was really a triumph of surgery." Hope you people have enjoyed this chapter very well. understood it, keep in touch with the reading, go through the chapter once again and understand it. Word meanings are given, go through them, read the whole chapter once again and write the summary in 80 words. Tomorrow I shall come back with the question answers for you. Thank you. Have a nice day. Keep safe. Stay at home and keep safe. Bye.